I'm joined by our friend Julian from the Unlock Protocol. He's going to be doing a crazy cool presentation today about everything you need to know. We'll be taking questions throughout. So if you want to pop your questions down in the Zoom chat below, he'll be taking them during the presentation. So it'll be a nice little conversation in here. Afterwards, I highly recommend connecting with him in Discord. There are the partner team channels, a great way to continue the conversation and learn more. But Julian, a man who needs no introduction, I'll give you the floor.
All right. Thank you very much for having me, Luke. Sorry, everyone, for being late. I was on a previous call that took forever. I'm really, really excited to be here. I want to tell you about Unlock, obviously, what it is, what it's for, and maybe kind of tell you a bit of an application in the DAO space, because I do think that's most of what you guys are going to hack on is indeed DAOs. So what is Unlock? Well, it's pretty simple. Unlock is a protocol for memberships. It is, if you want, kind of an abstraction layer for people to build memberships, any kind of memberships. You can say a membership to a media site, like you'd say Spotify or Netflix are memberships. It could be a membership to e-commerce sites, like Amazon Prime is a good example of this. But if you think about like a lot of loyalty programs for brands are memberships. But it could also be a membership to a DAO. It could be also a place where a bunch of people all share an attribute, and we'll talk about what that attribute is, in their wallets, basically to prove that they belong to the DAO, and then can easily, join the DAO's decision process, join some of the DAO's, private spaces, et cetera, et cetera. So what I'm going to do today, because I know some of you are developers, is show you how you can deploy a lock, which is a membership contract, how you can easily airdrop keys, which are these membership cards, as well as how you can maybe use that to token gate content on a WordPress site, or maybe if we have time to use that as a snapshot decision process where you allow people to vote based on the fact that they own a special membership NFT. Does that make sense for everyone? All right, so let's get started. So I'm going to start sharing my screen first. This is the place. So here I am on the Unlock website, which you all can see, and that's basically a little website where we have a little bit of marketing that shows people how to what Unlock is for, and it really is about these membership that I just told you about. What's interesting is like each membership is a non-fungible token, so it's a crypto asset that proves that my wallet, at least, is a member of some kind of community. So what I'm going to do here, I mean, I'm scrolling slowly so you can see things, but pretty simple and basic things. So I would definitely ask you to, if you can spend the time to look at these at some point. You'll see we have a little developer section. I'll send you the docs afterwards. But what I'm going to do first is actually click on that button at the top called Dashboard. The dashboard is, and if you connect my wallet here, the dashboard is, if you excuse me one second, I'm going to stop sharing as I type my password. And the dashboard is the place where you as a creator, as the organizer of the DAO, if you want, can deploy your own membership contract. In practice, you could actually deploy these contracts through code as well. We actually have a bunch of script to do that, a bunch of libraries to do that. But here, I'm just going to use a UI to make it easy for you all to do that. So let me actually go back to my screen sharing thing here. Screen share, go. Cool. So you see that here I'm on the Unlock dashboard, and obviously I've deployed a lot of membership contracts already, so you can see them all here. I'm going to deploy another one. If you were to join that website right now, you would not probably have that many smart contract linked there. But let's actually get started. So I'm going to create a lock, and I'm going to call that my DAO members. I don't know if that's a good one. But let's do that. And what's interesting here is, like, contrary to other DAOs, so if you think about DAOs, oftentimes the membership is actually based on a currency, an ERC20, an amount of token that you own. With NFTs, with Unlock, it's actually not so much based on how many tokens you own, but the fact that you own one. So kind of everybody is on the same foot of equality. So think of it as a club, where it's not so much like how rich you are that matters, but just the fact that you have a membership card. So here I'm going to create this, name the smart contract my DAO members. I'm going to decide what is the duration of the membership. And you can start from 1 second in practice. You see here I've done a demo with 3 minutes, which doesn't make any sense for a DAO, to unlimited. I think a good number for a DAO would be a year. So you say, hey, my members are going to be members of the DAO for about a year. Oh, and I see maybe I have a question in the chat. Oh, it's Luke. Yes, you can actually revoke membership if the members own the ERC71. I'll show you this afterwards, Javier. Give me a couple minutes here. I'm going to deploy this and then show you that. So basically, I could create a membership. for a year. I can decide how many members my DAO is going to have. I can say, maybe 100 or maybe 10, or it might be unlimited. Here, let's pick unlimited, because make a DAO that's pretty inclusive, that everybody can access to. And I can set the price of the membership, which is kind of interesting. You say, hey, every time there's a member, they need to pay, some amount of tokens. And I'm trying to play with the windows here just to see everyone, but I don't think that works. But anyway, so they're going to have to pay a certain amount of tokens to join the DAO. What's interesting in the context of DAO is like these tokens could become some kind of treasury that the whole DAO manages. So let's go ahead, and you can use the native currency of the chain here. I'm on the Ringkumi network, but you see we support Ethereum, Optimism, Binance Smart Chain, XDAI, which is now called Gnosis Chain, Polygon, and even localhost if you want to deploy things locally. I'm more than happy to show you how to do that in the docs. So again, setting a price of 0.01 ETH. Actually, let me see if I got enough in my wallet. Yeah, actually, let's actually set a larger amount, 0.1 ETH. And I'm going to submit this. Do we have a bug here? Let's say, weird. Okay. And so to submit this, I'm going to click on the button to deploy that smart contract. And here I'm actually deploying a contract, and I'm paying a little bit of gas for this. And that contract is going to be just for my DAO members. So let's actually wait for that transaction to go through. You're pretty familiar with this, but obviously you can use the block explorer. Here, all of the unlock contracts are verified, so you're more than welcome to look at this. I'm actually going to show you not only that they're verified, but we actually have a pretty extensive documentation at docs.unlock-protocol.com/smart contract. We can see all of the specification, all of the addresses across multiple networks, as well as details of how these things work. We have multiple versions, so you can actually see the different contracts, and you'll see that they are verified. So here I can actually go see on Optimism the verified contract and see all of the code here. So let's go back. Hopefully this has been mined by now. Yes, this has been mined. So let's refresh here. Oh, where was I? The dashboard here. Oh, damn it. Press the wrong button. But anyway, I'm refreshing here. So you see my DAO members now is deployed. I can actually go check it out on the block explorer and see that the contract is verified. What's interesting is like we deploy proxy contracts. So you want to verify, to click this little step to verify the actual implementation of the contract. So this is done, and you can see a bunch of functions here that are accessible. So I can see what is the balance of an address, like how many NFTs that address own. I can see, if what the price of the membership is, and this is obviously expressed in the full digit version of this. I can see the name of the contract, which is basically my DAO members here. I can see the maximum number of keys, which we set to 100. I mean, there's a bunch of characteristics here. I can also modify some of the behavior straight from here. So for example, I can change the base token URI because these are NFTs. They all have a visual aspect. I can set hooks. And again, I would invite you to look at the docs for this, which alter the behavior of the smart contract on the fly when something is purchased or something is sold or something like this. So let's go back to the dashboard here. Javier was asking how to cancel some of these memberships. So actually, you know what? Let me show you something really cool here. I'm going to connect here, and you see that this at this point, this lock doesn't have any member. And I'm going to just connect to this site, so you're going to see a different version. But I can easily now list the members, but I can easily airdrop a membership to anyone. So let's say, I don't know what Luke's ENS is, but let's say Luke.eth, and damn it, it doesn't exist. So I'm going to use Chris, one of our colleagues at ETH, and that's going to resolve to his address now. And I can, oh, yep, Luke Bakeman. Okay, cool. Okay, let me actually try this, Luke. Luke Bakeman, yes, that's you. Cool. So I'm going to give you a membership to the members DAO here. I can set a specific expiration for that custom one, but I'm going to give you a forever one. And I'm going to click on grant key. Now I'm going to send a transaction, and technically what I'm doing here is airdropping an NFT to you. So you'll be a member of the DAO here. What's interesting here is like, as soon as it's going to get mined, we're going to have to wait, a couple of seconds as always. But once this gets mined, I got it today. This is awesome. Yes, absolutely. And so hopefully this gets mined quickly now. Yes, what's interesting now is I can actually, refresh the page actually to see all of the memberships, and I will see Luke's membership here. So you see that my DAO members, the token number 1 belongs to Luke. He has not set the reverse resolution on his ENS, which is probably fine. And you see that it never expires. Javier, I'm coming to your question now. You can actually easily cancel some of these memberships. So I'm going to click that button, expire and refund. And I'm going to say, you know what? I want to refund, how much do I refund to you? 0, Luke. So I can click here. And now I'm basically going to expire that membership, which means that you're not going to have it anymore. It was kind of short-lived in one click. And that was kind of to answer Javier's question. I want to go back to, it means that Luke was never yeah, he was, but basically the contract itself, the membership contract, has a way to withdraw somebody's NFT. So the NFT was in Luke's, actually, we can actually go check it out, contract. And in practice, actually, he still has an NFT, but this NFT is marked as expired on chain. Standard, I don't know what that means. No, I don't. Yes, so it's ERC-721 standard. But we add a bunch of capabilities to this. So ERC-721 as a contract has a lot of different things. And so you can add more things to that. And yes, we've added this. And you can see now there's actually no more active membership, but I can click here and I'll see now Luke's membership is marked as expired and is not a member anymore. So when Luke tries to log in on a website, he would not be able to prove that he owns a valid membership because obviously that membership is expired. Let me show you maybe the contract to deploy and other methods are available. Yes, absolutely. Everything is available to the, when you say APIs, it's basically the ABI. It's directly available on the smart contracts, on the docs, again, like docs.unlock-protocol.com/smart contract. Let me actually post a link here so you can actually check this. Oh, nope, I'm just sending this to Luke. Here, everybody can see that in there. So that's one of the small things. What I want to show you now is kind of an interesting example. If you guys want to airdrop your ENS, I think that's going to be interesting. But go ahead. So I'm gonna basically show you that you can actually now easily token gate some content on a WordPress site, for example, just so that you're a member. So Donoso, I'm gonna do that to you in a second. So I'm going to log in on this WordPress site. I'm sure some of you are familiar with WordPress. This is pretty much the most common, what's the word to say this? A CMS. And I'm going to publish a new story here. So I'm going to click on a new post here and I'll say DAO charter and say, okay, so I'm going to say this page has the charter for the DAO, but you can only see it if you are one of the members. So I'm going to do that. And here I'm going to basically add a new block, which is kind of interesting. It's an unlock block. And I'm going to say, okay, cool. I'm going to have to configure this. So I'm going to, you see on the right here, there's a little configuration box. I'm going to click here. This is on the Rinkeby network that I deployed my lock. And I think the address might be in my, yep, cool. So I've pasted the address of the lock here. That was actually in my clipboard. And now I can actually add content. So rule one, you only talk about the DAO with other DAO members. I don't know. Rule two, sorry, I can't type. Rule two, we are here to have fun. Cool. And so now you'll see that, I don't know if I'm doing things right here. There's something going on in the UI. I hope nothing is bad. It looks like I was not able to put that into the box, but okay, do this again. Yes, this time this worked. Okay, cool. This is in the box. Okay, cool. And this, thanks for reading us. Cool. And so I'm going to publish that immediately, publish it. And so now if I click on view post, you'll see that I'm going to be able to view post. Since I'm logged in, actually see the content. But once I log out from that page and go back to the home page, obviously the DAO charter, you'll see that, well, yep, this page as the charter for the DAO member, you can see if you're a member, and indeed the content is hidden in the middle. So I'm going to post a link here. If any of you want to click on this, you'll see that you'll be able to access this. What I'm going to do now is actually airdrop this membership on you, Javier. So I'm going to do that. Donoso.eth. I can't type. Cool, that was resolved. So I'm going to give you a membership. Donoso, I'm going to, sorry, Javier, I'm going to give you a membership that's going to expire in, I'll give you 25 minutes. I can't type. For 30 minutes. At 4:30 is going to expire. And so I'm going to grant you that key. And so you'll be able to access that content for about 8 minutes after the minute is mine. So let's actually give it a second here. And so what's really cool about that is, like, obviously, as soon as it's minted, Javier, you can actually click on that page, connect your wallet, and you'll be able to read the charter. In the meantime, I'm going to purchase a membership myself. So I'm going to connect my wallet here. basically MetaMask is popping up, say, hey, do you want to sign this message? I'm going to sign this. I'm going to redirect it back, and now you see that I'm logged in, but I actually don't have the membership memory. So this time I'm logged in here as Julian. This is my address. I need to this time purchase the membership, which I'm doing here. It's 0.01 ETH, as I said earlier. Oh, this website actually needs to collect my email address. So I'm just typing that here, saving my email address. And then now I'm going to purchase the membership by clicking that wallet button. And so I'm going to spend 0.1 ETH to purchase the membership. And we'll actually now wait for this membership to be minted. Javier, I don't know, tell us, I'm sure now, where is the members page? Yes, you probably have a membership now, Javier. I'm going to refresh here. If you want to tell us that you've been able to access the content, that is your address indeed, Javier. It's going to expire very soon. And as soon as, yep, mine was minted here. You can actually refresh here. My membership was minted. I can actually close and go back to the website, and you see that now, yay, I can read the charter of the DAO. So really what's interesting about Unlock here as a protocol for membership is like it allows you to create a DAO like you would do any normal DAO, except that the DAO is based, oh yes, you need to change to Rinkeby, Javier. That's what we used. Yes, and 0x Sorav is pointing to the page. The contract that has to be used is one of the published network for the specific. Yeah, absolutely right. So you can use any of the contracts that you need. So you can create memberships for DAOs, and then you can easily lock content. We have integration in Telegram, in Discord, in Webflow, in Decentraland. So you can even create a private space inside of Decentraland just for your DAO members, so that they can hang out and have have discussions about what needs to be done. I didn't show you a bunch of other things, but basically the contract is verified, as I said earlier. Let's actually go back to the dashboard, where we'll see now that we have, oh, I clicked the wrong button here. Oh, I see Donoso has the membership, and oh, of course, I've got the other one, a membership. So my DAO member now has 3 members. I mean, Luke is still a member, but his membership is expired. The price of keys, and so the balance of the lock, the membership contract is now 0.1 ETH, the one that I paid, which I can easily withdraw if I want to. I'm going to do that. And so this is going to come back to my wallet because I'm the owner of the DAO in that scenario. It could go to a treasury, as I said earlier, into a multisig. We have a bunch of other features, like a way to enable credit cards, which is actually a pretty powerful system. And as I said, we have many integration. A very powerful one is the Cloudflare one. You can easily create, using Cloudflare, you can token gate the content. And Javier is posting something. Yeah, it works perfectly. Yes, awesome. Glad to hear. Yeah, so Cloudflare allows you to easily token gate any kind of website. You can say, hey, I'm building an application and I want to make sure that only the members of the DAO can actually access this. You would use the Cloudflare integration. We have one in Firebase, which is a pretty popular development platform. We have a Discourse plugin as well, which I think could be very powerful. And of course, in the docs, you can see all of the possible integration. I wanted to show you an integration in a snapshot. I don't think we have enough time here, but you can easily create something where you require people to vote only if they have a special NFT in their wallet. You know what? Actually, I do that. See if I can find the time. And so here we actually are going to use one of the spaces that we have here. I'll show you how that works. But I can create a new proposal here. And what I can do here is actually, no, that's not the, I would have to create a new, a whole new space, which I'm not gonna be able to do here because I don't have, time is running out. But basically you would create a space here, and you can actually, when you create the proposal, you can set the, when you create the space, sorry, the space in Snapshot, you can set the rules to be, people need to own a valid membership to the DAO for them to be able to vote on things. And so that's a pretty powerful mechanism that I think you'll could actually build on. What else? I mentioned about the fact that the contract is verified. Obviously, you can click on Etherscan link so that's the last little thing to see everything that's in the contract. I mentioned earlier, you can do a bunch of things like modify the expiration date, the number of keys, the metadata. So you can actually easily change the visual aspects. So you see here there's this icon. I can also upload a file, which and then I would use my DAO's, the DAO's picture. I don't know if this is, yeah, that's a good picture for the NFTs. And I say this, and now on OpenSea you would see all of the membership cards have the same icon as the one that I just set. I think that's going to wrap it up. I'd love to hear of any question that you guys have. I'm going to check Javier's link here just to make sure that it works. Yep, Javier was able to read the membership, the DAO's charter. So that's pretty cool. If you have any question regarding Unlock, feel free to ask them on Discord. There's, as you all know by now, there's a shared Discord space. Actually, one fun thing, I've got my own little membership on my site. All of these little icons that you can see here at the bottom, I don't know if you see them, are my blog's members. So that's actually an easy way you can say, hey, when we create a membership contract for the DAO, all of the DAO members are going to be visible on some websites or are going to be displayed on some virtual webcam like I do here. If we have to create different types of member, do we create different locks? Absolutely. So one of the ways to do that is you need to create multiple locks. So you can say, hey, there's the gold members, that's only 10 people, and it's 0.1 ETH. And then there's the silver members, it's 100 people, and it's 0.001 ETH. Or the, whatever bronze is the next metal, I guess. So you can create as many locks as you want, and you can easily combine them. We even have, so on the smart contract themselves, and again, you'll see that in the docs, but a bunch of hooks that allow you to alter, as I said earlier, the behavior of the lock. So you can say, hey, when somebody is checking whether they have a valid membership to a lock, you can actually call back to another lock to retrieve this. So you can say, hey, all of my members, they're either have the gold or silver or bronze, and then make it something that you only have to do one check to check that somebody has any of these 3 memberships. I hope I didn't speak too fast or too much too fast. Obviously, this is recorded, so you're more than welcome to go back to anything that I said. And again, ask questions. I'm here to help. I'd love to hear from you all.
Well, thank you so much, Julian. That was an incredible presentation, and I know everyone learned a lot from it. Really glad to have you here.
Of course, excited to be a part of the hackathon, and really excited to see what you all end up building.
Yeah, this is going to be a killer event. I think we're going to see a lot of really cool projects, especially with Unlock. Thanks again to everyone for joining us here. We're going to be closing the session. We have another session starting now it's starting right now. So head on over there, check for some details in the general chat. And as Julian said,